I want to get this right. I got to get this right. This is going to be a spoken word today. You know, sometimes the hardest lessons come from the ones that we trust the most, but they also teach us about ourselves. This spoken word today is called Choose Your People Wisely. I remembered the first time that I trusted you. Like a seed planted in my chest, you promised to water it, to nurture it, help it grow into something real. But somewhere between your words and your actions, that seed started to wither. You showed up like the sun, your light warm, your smile bright, and I believed in it. I believed in you. But the truth is, you weren't who you said you were. You told me that you ride for me, that you never leave, but when the storm came, you were nowhere to be seen. I looked for you in the dark, waiting for that familiar voice, for that hand that promised to catch me, but it never came. I thought I could trust you. Thought we had something unbreakable. But trust, see, is built in moments, not just words that fall off the tongue. It's when you do when no one is watching. It's what you say when the world ain't listening. It's loyalty in silence, when everything else is loud. And that silence, it echoed every lie, every excuse, every time you turned your back. It hurt more than the last. I started to question everything I believed in, every bond I ever held close. But then I realized something. Trust is not just about the ones who break it. It's about the ones who rebuild it. So I stopped looking for you. Stopped waiting for that apology you're never going to give. I built myself up brick by brick until I couldn't stand the weight of those bricks anymore, and found out that I could stand on my own until my foundation was stronger than the lies. You see, the story didn't end with you. It ended with me. The real ones, they showed up. The ones who didn't need to speak because their actions said everything. The ones who kept their word, who kept me lifted even when I couldn't see the light. And when I finally turned around, you were just a shadow in my rear view, a distant memory, a page in a book I had already closed. I learned that letting go wasn't weakness, it was strength. That walking away wasn't failure, it was freedom. So now, I move different. I move with purpose, with a heart that's been healed, with eyes that see the truth. I trust in myself, in the journey, in the real ones who have proven to be worthy. And you were the lesson, but I'm the story. And the chapters ahead, they're mine to write. Ashe. Welcome to Blended Healing. Walking away isn't easy, but staying isn't worth it. It's all about support. And if we keep it a buck with ourselves, walking away from people who ain't for you is one of the hardest things to do. Not because you don't want better, but because history, guilt, and unfinished business got you in a chokehold. You know they don't serve you no more. Yet you stay second guessing yourself, talking about the what ifs. And maybe it ain't that bad. But let's be real. Even if you got to ask yourself, it's already over. Holding on to what's hurting you ain't going to turn it into something that heals you. And the longer you hold on, the heavier it gets. You're a worker. You're a hustler. You built your brand off showing up, grinding, and staying 10 toes down. That's what makes it so hard to walk away. You don't want to look unprofessional, unreliable, or like you're burning bridges. But you got to ask yourself this. Why are you trying to keep bridges that only lead to places you outgrew? Staying in situations that drain you just to keep up appearances isn't loyalty. It's self-sabotage. Your work ethic should serve you, not keep you stuck. You gotta recognize the difference between dedication and self-destruction. Grinding for something that feels good or feeds your soul is powerful. Grinding just to keep people happy, that's draining. Have you ever noticed how the people who drain you the most are the ones who expect the most? They love how dependable you are, how you show up, how you never say no. But let you need something and they're ghost. That's a sign right there. Your energy is a currency. And if you keep making withdrawals with no deposits, you're going to go broke spiritually, emotionally, and financially. Protect your investment. You. Because at the end of the day, the realest work you can put in is the work you do on yourself. Let's be clear. Hard work is a blessing, but not when it comes to at the expense of your peace. If you're working so hard to keep up with people, obligations, expectations, then you're losing sight of you. That ain't the grind. That's a trap. And the only way out is to let go of what is not feeding your soul. Let's talk about the people-pleasing side. The part of you that don't want nobody mad, that don't want to disappoint, that thinks if you just hold on a little longer, things will change. Spoiler alert, they not. The longer you stay where you don't belong, the more you block your own blessings. And truth be told, the folks benefiting from your silence are not losing sleep over your struggles. So why are you losing peace over them? People pleasing is like a candle that burns for everyone else until there's nothing left of you. But here's the thing, the truth. People who really love and respect you don't need you to shrink yourself to keep them happy. If you are speaking your truth or you're setting boundaries that make somebody else uncomfortable, then that says more about them than it does about you. Stop betraying yourself just to keep the peace. Peace that comes at the cost of your well-being ain't peace at all. It's control. And you're not a puppet in anybody's show. The fear of disappointing others will have you disappointing yourself over and over and over again. And the worst part, some of the people you bending over backwards for wouldn't even lean forward for you. Let me read that again. Oh, some of the people you bended over backwards for wouldn't even lean forward for you. Let me say that again. People you bending over backwards for wouldn't even lean forward for you. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It just means you care about yourself enough to stop sacrificing your well-being for people who are not reciprocating that same love. You can love folks from a distance. You can wish them well without standing in the fire just to keep them warm. A lot of people think speaking their mind will mess up their flow. Mm-mm, mm-mm. The real blockage comes from swallowing words that need to be said. You don't have to be reckless, but you do got to keep it real. Set your boundaries, say your piece, and move how you need to move. There ain't nothing wrong with putting yourself first. If the truth makes people uncomfortable, then that's their problem, not yours. The universe does not bless false alignments. You can't expect to manifest abundance while still entertaining people and situations that drain your spirit. Every time you ignore your intuition, every time you bite your tongue. When your soul is screaming, you're sending out a signal that you're okay with less than what you deserve. And that's the real energy blockage, not the truth. The lie you keep telling yourself that staying is the right move. Gotta understand, your blessings are waiting on the version of you that isn't afraid to claim them. The longer you stay in spaces that don't honor you, the longer you delay what's really meant for you. And that's a course that you can't afford. So keep it in the thou wow. Closed mouths don't get fed. But more importantly, closed mouths don't get free. You got to stop holding back just to make other people comfortable. You got to stop silencing yourself just because you're scared of what walking away might mean. Your next level requires you to be bold, to be fearless, to step into who you really are without an apology. And that means leaving behind anything and anyone that's keeping you small. At the end of the day, you ain't just walking away, you're walking towards something better, towards peace, towards purpose, towards a version of you that isn't weighted down by guilt and obligation. Your blessings are tied to your alignment, not to keeping people comfortable. So as I step forward with confidence, I let the dead weight go. Speak my truth and watch how the right people, opportunities, and energy start flowing my way. And yeah, it might hurt. Yeah, I might feel guilty. Yeah, better. Towards peace, towards purpose, towards a version of you that's not weighed down by guilt and obligation. Your blessings are tied to your alignment, not to keeping people comfortable. So step forward with confidence. Let the dead weight go. Speak your truth and watch how the right people, opportunities, and energy start flowing your way. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to hurt. Yeah, you might feel guilty. Some people going to talk about you like you switched up. But you're not switching up. You're leveling up. And the ones who can't handle that were never meant to go with you to the next level anyway. Some doors gotta be shut for new ones to open. Some chapters gotta end for the story to keep unfolding. And some people gotta get left behind because they were only part of the setup, not the success. You gotta let them go. We owe it to ourselves to stop making excuses for people who wouldn't even explain themselves for us. We owe it to ourselves to stop giving CPR to dead situations. We owe it to ourselves to stop waiting for closure when the way they treated us was the closure. You gotta stand up. We gotta take our power back. And we gotta step into what's really meant for us. You ready to choose you yet? I hope so. I'll see you around. But before I end this segment, I want to give you a spoken word that was inspired by a content creator who basically just said, peace. Just peace. And with that one word, they were able to bring me down from a heightened level to a comfortable role. And after that, like I said, I'll see y'all around in these streets. Be well, stay safe, Ashe, and deep bow. Peace always suffers. Spoken word. Peace don't walk in loud. It don't stomp through the door. It don't throw fists. Don't flex for attention. Nah, peace. Just trying to be. But that's the problem, ain't it? A world built on war don't know what to do with the stillness. See, they don't want to hear about peace. It don't sell. It don't make headlines. There ain't no cameras when somebody choose to heal instead of harm. Ain't no statues for the ones who stop the bleeding. But let somebody pull a trigger? Nah. We watching. Now we taking notes. Now we remembering names. They act like peace ain't a warrior. Like it don't bleed just like the rest. Like it don't take bullets to the back every damn time it steps up. 'Cause truth is, peace always the first to get shot. Always the first to get burned. Always the first to get left in the dirt while the world march on like it's never even mattered. They love the fight. Love the bodies. Love the noise. Love the fire burning up to the sky. And peace? Peace just trying to hold the line. Patch up wounds with hands shaking from exhaustion, trying to tell somebody, anybody, that we ain't gotta do this. We ain't gotta do this. We ain't gotta die just to be remembered. But nobody listens. They too busy picking sides. Too busy loading clips. Too busy saying violence is the only way. Too busy acting like power come from taking. Like strength is measured in bodies dropped. But peace? Peace keep pushing. Even when it suffer. Even when it's spitting blood. Even when it's hanging on by a thread. It still whispers, there's another way. And one day, maybe, just maybe, somebody gonna hear it.